Hello YouTube, this is Mike Shilley with my latest purchase from Costco. Look at this, an acrylic box. It's advertised as a shoe box at Costco. Comes in a 4-pack and it's quite easy to assemble, although there's a few quirks to it, so I'm going to show you that. But look at this, I can store all my stuff in there and it's just protected from the dust that's here in my man cave. So let's get right to it. First thing you need to decide is which way you want to face the boxes. You can use them as a cabinet like I did here, or you can use them as a shoe box with a lot of depth because the boxes come with 2 openings, one on the narrow side and one on the wide side. Also, you can face them so that the lid opens from the top and stays down while you're rummaging on the inside. Or you can face them upside down so that the lid opens from the bottom side and falls back into place once you let go. Either orientation has its benefits, and you can easily change it later on by just flipping the box upside down. Now let's cut open the package and start assembling the units. Each of them is individually wrapped in plastic foil, and the individual parts are also wrapped in plastic, so there's a lot of unpacking to do. I'm using a box cutter here to cut open the foil, but be very careful there because the acrylic glass might scratch very easily. Each individual shoebox comes as 6 different acrylic glass panels. As you can imagine, it's 4 panels on the side walls and 1 at the top and 1 at the bottom. So that adds up to 6 total, and they're labeled A through F. Now, before I show you how to assemble the box, let me first show you how to not assemble it. Take a look at this assembly. The doors that are on panels C and F open in opposite ways. C opens upwards and F opens downwards. Now, this is not the end of the world because you won't access an individual box from different directions. There's always one front-facing side, so that's fine. And if you don't like the direction, you can just flip the box on its head. But nevertheless, that's just a good reminder that when we're assembling the box, we need to pay attention to the directions in which the doors open. So let's get started with panels A, B, and C. A is going to be the back wall, and B and C are going to be the side walls. By the way the panels are shaped, there's only one way to fit them into the back panel. But watch out here. The C door now opens from the bottom, but we want it to open from the top. So we need to exchange the B and the C panels, which is still easy to do. If you wait until the bottom and the top panel are in, it's almost impossible to get the thing apart again once these pieces are clipped in. So yeah, that's one thing to remember. It's easy to assemble the box, but to disassemble it, it's almost impossible. Yeah, I guess you could just dump it on Costco's return desk if you run into trouble. One way to remember how to assemble it is to look out for these letters. The letters A and C should be really close together, so that's the right direction for those panels. Moving on with panel D, which is going to be the bottom panel. So we're going to flip the whole thing around and then clip it all the way in. The front-facing side of panel D can be easily recognized by its absolutely straight surface. The back side has some ridges for the back panel to clip in. There's at least 2 of these clips on each side, and they have to be clicked in individually. You have to press fairly hard for some of them to actually click. And then last panel, for the life of me, I couldn't get it to click in. So after trying for a while, I realized that the clip has a little bit of extra plastic. I'm not sure if that's a piece of glue or whether it's a rest of plastic from getting it out of the mold. So I used a box cutter in order to get rid of this excess material and have a clean ridge. After which it clicked in just fine. Yeah, definitely have to have some tools here in order to get it all the way done, I suppose. Alright, moving on to the bottom panel labeled E, and you can see which side faces the front by looking at the long edge, which is straight and has 2 holes, one on each side for the front door. Clip it in on all sides. Make sure to hear it click loudly when you do that, and that's also the sign of the point of no return, because I haven't figured out how to take any of these boxes apart after they've been assembled. I presume you could try to carefully pry it apart, but I would assume that might crack the acrylic glass. Only one thing left to do, and that is to put in the front door. There is 2 holes in the bottom panel E, and you have two studs in the front door labeled F. So you have to fit that door in, and you can't just press and force it in because that would crack those studs. Instead, you have to bend the front door in order to make the panel shorter, and that way it'll fit into that space. So just put the stud into the hole on one side, then press hard and bend the door a little bit so that it gets shorter, and the other stud will slip into the other hole. And that's all there is to it. Quick final check whether the doors open in the same direction. They do. We are done. Now repeat that process 4 times and you have all 4 boxes ready to go. Stack them up as you wish. They are stackable. And look how nicely they open and close. There's little magnets in there that let the door snap shut. And there you have it. Hope you liked the video and it was helpful assembling this wonderful box. Get them quickly at Costco. As I said, they're gonna sell out very quickly. See you.